Do you work at an educational institution with a medical dimension? If so, several groups of students at your location probably take up histology at some point of their curriculum. If you work at a medical school, chances are that pathology is taught at your school as well. Histology is the study of normal tissue structures. Pathology is the study of the diseased state of the same structure. In the picture, you can see a comparison between normal skin, on the left, and a skin tumor, on the right. Students typically study histology and pathology through hands-on microscopy labs. This means that a school needs to purchase a large amount of microscopes and maintain them. Because we're talking about students, typically the wear and tear is usually higher than on your typical clinical microscope. The turnover of these is higher therefore too. Many instructors around the world have become used to preparing their class sessions when and where they want it. You can easily prepare a midterm exam at a cafe during the weekend using a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. But because this traditional form of education requires the handling of physical slides, instructors can't prepare their classes at home during off hours. They need to come into the office and prepare within a specific time frame. Even more critical, the same is true for the student, who can typically only examine and study the material during the scheduled lab sessions. Making material available to students after hours is difficult. Consider the convenient alternative. You obtain digital copies of your slides and embed them into a web-based version of your course textbook. The slides are available to anybody at any given time, and there is no capacity problem in terms of concurrently available microscopes. The digital slides can effectively be incorporated in your textbook. Each printed snapshot can now be provided with a QR code. When scanned, the QR code takes a reader directly to the site where the slide shows up in live colors and can be explored in more detail. Of course, the student website can contain whatever content, slides, and design style you want it to be. This is the infrastructure that we propose for digital microscopy education. On top of a whole slide image repository are a number of components. In the center of it all sits PMA.core. This is a Microsoft Internet Information Server web-based application that's responsible for hosting your slides. It's PMA.core that allows you to host a mixture of slides from various, in case you have your slides scanned on multiple vendor platforms. In order to prepare the live views for your web content, you will use PMA.view. PMA.view is a state-of-the-art viewer that lets you browse slides and select regions of interest for inclusion into other online resources. Finally, one such online resource can be the student's custom-made and university-linked website. We've received great feedback from students ourselves who tell us that they really appreciate a user-friendly guided online tour into histology or pathology. Your first endeavors into digital microscopy education are still the digitization of your existing content and slide collections. You have to get your slide repository built. You should start with a chapter or two and gradually expand the collection over time. As more interesting samples become available, you could also replace previous material. It doesn't matter what vendor hardware you use to scan your slides with. You can use a slide scanner, a robotic microscope, bright field or fluorescent observations. And in the near future, we plan to even support electron microscopy file formats. If you're uncertain whether we support your file format, contact us and see what we can do for you. Once your slides are scanned, you can inspect them with PMA.core. You can move your slides to different folders that make sense to you, such as fall_pathology or histology_spring_semester. Chances are that your original file names are not descriptive. In that case, you can also use PMA.core to rename your slides to more appropriate names. File 3542.svs may be renamed into mouse_brain_cross_section.svs. File 84.mrxs may be renamed into liver_metastasis.mrxs, etc. Once you have your collection, you can start using PMA.view to select specific ROIs of interest for your students. You can zoom in on any feature of the slide and create embedded content in a variety of ways, depending on what best suits you. One way is through the Embed Content button in the ribbon, which creates HTML code for you ready to use any website. As an alternative, you may also convert any particular ROI to a unique URL using the Share ROI button. You then see a URL that you can propagate yourself through various means such as Blackboard homework assignments or email communication. If you want to, you can take still single image shots as well for inclusion in paper media. Finally, you can now embed live slide content in your online course material. The sky is the limit really, and only depends on your own imagination, creativity, and possibly also budget. You can opt for straightforward PDF to HTML document translations, but you can also provide your students with interactive cells or side-by-side comparisons of different stains of different regions of interest. Once your final website is up and running, we provide you with the tools to monitor its use. This is done through PMA.core. You can see how many users visited the slides, what slides were viewed in any given month, and even what regions of a particular slide that they looked at. At the end of the day, the question is if this is something worth investing in. There are obvious payouts on the institutional side. WSI supports flexible and cost-effective distant learning and augments problem-oriented teaching. That's good news. The better news, actually, is that students really like and appreciate this type of technology. In a survey held amongst 91 second and third year undergraduate students, medical school or closely related field, the website was conceived to be easily accessible and very user-friendly, with 87% of participants indicated not to have experienced any problem with the site. 77% indicated that image content was usually or always delivered at an acceptable speed, and 93% experienced the site as easy to use. Furthermore, 84% indicated that the site definitely contributed to their knowledge of pathology. We're excited about our product, and we hope you are too now. For more information, you can visit our website or contact us directly via email.